years, we've had 4 kids and we've renovated over 100 properties. Nope.
No f***ing way. Now here's my big issue with all these flip shows is that for my generation, the millennial generation, it's created sort of this false narrative that frankly is absolutely made up. So when we watch these flip shows, we think, oh, it only takes $15,000, $20,000 to do a kitchen. The numbers are so far from reality, it's made everybody also start to look at their home as an investment. And I think we've gotten to this dangerous point where we now look at our primary residence, our home, as an investment versus what I really deem it, which is a commodity. Because what do we need as humans? We need food, water, shelter. So if shelter, our home, is one of those things, hey, there's no guarantee it's always going to appreciate, especially in Charleston where so many of us have seen the market go crazy. I mean, 4 or 5 years ago, you could buy a single family home very easily for $300,000 in Mount Pleasant. That's almost non-existent in Mount Pleasant anymore. We've seen the market take off. So everybody just assumes I buy a house, I can sell it a few years later for a profit. That's not always the case. And in many cases, homes depreciate. So if it's your primary residence, there's no guarantee that it's going to be worth more. And if I put in a new kitchen today, 10 years, 15 years from now, that same kitchen isn't going to be worth the value that I put in it. It's going to depreciate. So if I don't go into the purchase of a home that it is an investment, that I've got a pro forma, that I've got it almost as a business plan, because that's essentially what it is, money in the hopes of more money back out, looking for a return, you cannot assume that your home is an investment. It is a commodity. It's a place where you rest your head every night. We all need shelter. That's not to say a home is necessarily a bad investment. It's just if you go in with that expectation, there's a whole other set of criteria as a realtor I would say you ought to be looking out for versus just where you're going to live, where your children are going to grow up. And that's why I think these home flip shows are so dangerous, because people in our generation have grown up with the idea that every single home purchase, whether it's their first one or their last, is an investment that's going to make them money. Not that it can't, but it's not a guarantee. Glad I got that off my chest. Back to SportsCenter.